Hey Fitheads, today we have Tatiana Lampa. She's a certified personal trainer, a corrective exercise specialist, and also made me realize that I should not be sitting like this. Okay.
Yeah, that was so funny. She was like, "Yeah, I don't know if this is happening to you guys, but like a lot of people are just sitting at their computers for like 8 hours a day, hunched over, and then
What?
and then they just go from there and sit on the couch, and they're like their legs get sore, and I don't know if is that happening to you guys?" And I was like, "Wow, trigger target,
I feel seen.
wow." Yeah, exactly. So she was like, "Yeah," so I made a whole like workout routine to like help combat sort of the negative attributes of that or whatever.
Right. And I love that it involved deadlifts. Like I'm thinking that poor posture is like an upper body kind of shoulders thing, and then she's making me realize that like I have a glute problem. It's pretty cool.
Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
Welcome, Tatiana. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad. You're out in New York.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just talking about how, well, we were chatting a little bit before, and yeah, I guess things are still closed down there for you.
Yeah. So everything like group fitness is closed. Personal training gyms are open. Most gyms are open. You have to wear your mask, which is fine. I just came back from the gym. It's just a different vibe.
Like a ghost town.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah, here you can work out outside, but that's it, I think. I don't know. I don't even know anything about personal training gyms. I don't know if we have any of those here.
I think gyms are closed, but they're like, if you know a trainer, or if you know
Yeah.
somebody that works at a gym, they're like, yeah, we're closed, but just call me.
Oh, you get a hookup.
Or you put a pair of rings on a tree. I see that a ton at the park. People just working out outside.
Yeah. So that's what I wish, like during the summer, we were totally fine because we're outdoors. Now it's so cold.
Oh, right.
No. Yeah.
I was biking
that's why my
shirtless
move
today. I forget that you guys are.
Oh my God, I'm so
Sorry.
jealous. Yeah, that's why like the move is going to be better because like that's where Florida's thriving.
All right. So to fill in the fit heads, we were talking about how she's moving to Florida. That's awesome. I commend you for making that leap for your career.
Yeah, thank you.
Which actually I want to talk about that too, because you did a past leap from training at business and now you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, so I used to work for other gyms. I was teaching at a bunch of studios. I was a trainer at like New York Sports Club. And then I finally branched out and I was like, oh, am I allowed to curse? I'm saying, screw this.
Screw. Oh, I didn't know what you said. Screw.
I was like, forget about this. I'm going to move on. I want to build my own business because I want to be my own boss. And I think it was probably like one of the best moves.
That's awesome. Wait, so when was that?
That was maybe 2017.
Okay, so you've been at it for a while.
Yeah.
And were you personal training in person? I know you're probably not doing that as much now, right?
No, but I was doing a lot of sessions. I was doing the 5 to 9 grind. I was working 7 days a week and I was burnt the hell out until I scaled and I was like, all right, I'll start an online business. Mm-hmm. And that's where I was kind of like, okay, I can have Sundays off now. So that's really nice.
Ooh, that's exciting. Yeah. Is it a cheat day?
No, it's just like doing absolutely nothing. And that's always what I wanted.
That's recovery. That's what recovery is,
yeah.
For one day. That's
what classes were you teaching? Were you just doing like workouts or did you do any sort of like dance?
Oh gosh, I wish I did that. I was a dancer, but I never taught dance. Yeah, I wish. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to just keep dance like behind me and just like keep it as like a history. But I was teaching, Pilates, SLTs, Legree method. I'm sure you guys have that out there. I was teaching.
We have all of the methods.
You have every single method is out there.
Yeah.
A new one just popped up as we were talking.
Can I tell you, I actually wanted to open up a gym, or I was going to open up a gym, but I went to California to scout out like what new methods and where can I get inspiration. Literally, it all stems from Cali. And then it comes to New York like shortly after.
Oh, ooh,
what
wow.
a hotbed. I had no idea. I thought all these fads were just like silly and ridiculous.
No, it's California.
Now we're innovators.
We're the incubators? No, because we have to do all the crappy things. And when it's good, then it leaves here. Max and I had like a series.
Yeah.
based
Yeah.
on trying out all of these workouts because there were so many. It's
They were
ridiculous.
so
many.
hard too. We did
Yeah.
a pole dancing. That was the hardest one by far.
Oh,
Well,
1,000%.
I think they were all tied for hardest, actually.
Yeah, they were rough. So you came out here because you were thinking about starting a boutique workout that we could do on our series?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking about like, okay, let me get some inspiration. This is like the point when I was like, I don't want to work for anyone anymore and I'll open up my own place. I was going to actually do a recovery place and I wanted to get some kind of inspiration. Fell through. I was like, forget it. I'm not going to do it. I'll run my online business. A guy asked me to come in and be like an investor and a partner into our personal training gym. We were going to open March 13th this past year.
Oh, no.
Timing. Oh.
Terrible timing, but it was a blessing in disguise because by May we pulled out. Whatever the money was lost, but we would have lost more money if we were open. So it was just a good thing that just ended.
Look at it positively. So
Yeah.
then, wait, I kind of want to go back still. Recovery gym,
Okay.
like a gym for
Sure.
recovering.
Yeah.
So
Gym for
that
like
it had
muscle
beds.
recovery. Yes,
Okay.
like recovery beds. I'm a Hyperice ambassador, so I wanted all the Hyperice tools, like sports massages. I wanted like the whole nine, and I wanted to get like kind of not that New York feel, but I wanted to get some of like the West Coast feel, and so that's why I went over there.
Huh. And how much do you believe in the Hyperice thing? Like, are you into massage guns? Should I be squishing my legs every day?
No, so I don't think you should do it every single day, but I think it is a wonderful, wonderful tool to have at home. I still use my foam roller. I love my trigger point foam roller, but I do love my Hyperice Hypervolts, the gun. I use it right after my workout. Like I just did legs. I'm probably after this, I'm going to go ahead and just roll up my thighs because my quads kill me right now.
See, I do it on when I have DOMs and it's like miserable.
Oh, it's miserable.
Doing anything?
Yes, it's miserable. You have to do it right after your workout so you don't have the DOMs.
All right. I'm switching up my routine. We'll see. Love it.
Is that it's a little bit of a loaded question, but is that your favorite piece of home workout equipment?
Yes, like my favorite recovery tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else? Talk us through your home gym.
So it's funny. I have a gym at my boyfriend's garage and then I have a gym in my room. So
wow, flex.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
I have two different things going on.
Home and away gym.
Yes, because in New York, we don't have that much space and our houses aren't as big unless you're like a billionaire in New York. So his place, I have like my barbell, I have my bumper plates, I have like my TRX there. In my room at my place, I have like a corner set. I have my kettlebells, weights. I have my bike, bands.
What kind of bike?
Basically it. I have a flywheel bike.
Okay.
Well, are you a biker?
Stationary.
No, I'm just curious.
Uni.
I recently got an assault bike and I want to die. Oh, sorry. It's a consent bike. That's what I call it from now on.
Oh my God. What made you get an assault bike?
Actually, my roommate wanted it and I was like, that's a terrible idea. And then it was because I use it and it hurts.
It kills. I kind of low key miss the assault bike though.
Well, Max has been TRXing.
I just got my TRX and I've seen them before 1,000 times. I've walked past them in the gym and like slapped them a little bit. But now I'm actually using them.
That's great.
I'm using it. Can you sell me on the TRX? I mean, I have one, so
yeah.
But can you sell me?
I could totally sell you. So it's a body weight. Hold on. Let me back up. It is a body weight strap that you can use at home without taking up too much space. So when clients ask me, what should I have at home? I said, you'll have a set of dumbbells, bands, and you can even get a TRX. You can get so much functionality out of it and you don't need a lot of room. And, use your body as your own machine.
What I'm struggling with, a couple of things. One, trusting the thing not to fall out of my ceiling. That is a big one.
The anchor,
especially when I'm facing the concrete floor and I'm like, I really hope this is gonna hold and just not slap my own face. The other thing I'm struggling with is sometimes the straps like are too tight on my forearm or my shoulders. like if I'm doing dips, for example, how do I get around that?
Oh, you have to actually put is the straps in your way while you're working out? Is that the issue?
Sometimes I just feel like I'm like squeezing myself in a
Wasn't it
net.
like that with rings too? It's just like a gymnast's.
Well, but
Yeah.
rings go like two sort of parallel
Oh.
things, and this thing sort of comes from a one
Yeah.
anchor
So
point.
you're getting it in your head also and by your side. Just make sure it's outside your shoulders. Yeah, that's just an issue that you're just going to keep running into.
You could get another anchor and then separate them and use them like rings.
One thing I was thinking of is getting like literally just a bar so that the thing can
go like
sort of be
this.
anchored on either side, because then I
Yeah.
can do sort of outdoor pull-ups. And even when I'm doing pull-ups now, they sort of like
They
work
come back
their way
together.
in.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not strong enough. These all feel like things that I'm complaining about, where the answer is like, well, you could just get stronger and maybe that wouldn't happen. So I guess I'm sort of looking for an excuse. Do you use TRX with your personal life versus your client stuff, or what?
Yeah,
how does
I
that work?
use it for both clients and for myself. Have I used it recently? Maybe like in a month I haven't used it, but I think it's awesome to have.
Well,
What
thanks.
I worry about is like progressive overload because it's body weight. I mean, it's still way harder than regular push-ups if you're doing them like up in the
Yeah.
air, but at some point then you're doing like 300 a day instead of like one really heavy bench.
Or you can actually band it. So like if you're doing an inverted row, you'll take a band on each side and put it on, let it wrap over your hip. And now you're doing like a banded inverted row. Now you can just play with tempos, but yeah, it's different with like progressive overload because we don't have weights. All we can do is change angles and add resistance
And reps.
But that's what it feels like, is the angle. Like there are certain moves that I can't do my whole body weight with.
Like a lever
So-
just hanging.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of sitting there like, oh, I'm stuck. So it feels like as I move my feet angle, that is getting like sort of a more heavy resistance. Is that right? Or am I sort of misunderstanding that?
Your angles of your feet inside the TRX.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different.
Okay, great. Well, I'll let you know.
Great.
All right. So moving ahead then, you now that you're working online, like tell me about that, how you interface with clients now that's not face to face.
Yeah. At first I was like, this is awesome. Like I can train more people from like all over the world and I get to connect with more, which I love, but I do miss that in-person connection because that's where I feel like I strive. Being behind a screen all day, and I feel like my clients feel the same way. They're like, I can't even be behind a screen anymore. They actually need a break. But I think if we can just look at the positives of we can work out anytime, right? We don't have to rush and drive, catch the train. Now we have to shower right after. Like you can shower, just go upstairs right after your workout. Like you don't have to
shower.
or not shower. It's up to you. You can take these meetings without taking a shower. So there's so many benefits with this online training. So I do personal training via Zoom, and then I have my online program Move Better. And then I have my app Training with T. So everything has turned completely virtual.
Wow. Okay. And I've seen you do Facebook Live classes too, right?
Yes. I do Instagram live classes. I do it for
Instagram.
women's health.
Okay. Cool. So how does it vary whether I'm seeing you on Instagram Live versus the app?
So the app is over 150 workouts with me. It could be like, I break everything down. It could be legs and glutes, upper body, arms, core. I do HIIT. So everything is sectioned off for whatever you'd like to do. In our private Facebook group, I put in a schedule for everyone. If you want to do legs on Monday, option to add core after. So I give them like a schedule to follow so they don't ever feel lost, like ever open the app like, like what should I do today? Like, okay,
Right.
Tuesday I'm doing upper body. Like, let me look into this section. So I don't want anyone to ever feel lost. Versus Instagram Lives, that I'm going to teach a 30-minute total body HIIT, a total body strength, or a HIIT class. I know everyone who's on women's health knows my format, how I teach. So it's just, you show up for that class. Versus the app, we're going to go ahead and create a schedule there.
And are you doing it on a live, or are you like instructing?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you guys, like we are all the trainers, we are so committed to showing up. It was like a Saturday morning. Did I have food poisoning? I had food poisoning. I had to teach at 9 a.m. And I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, I don't think I could do it. He was like, thousands of people are waiting for you. I was like, oh my God, now I feel so bad.
No
Wow.
pressure.
So I get on, I'm doing it. It was 45-minute hit. I was like, I don't know if I could do it. I did it halfway through. I come out in sweats and I threw up in my mouth and on camera on Instagram Live. And
Can you tell, or were you just like super cool? No one.
no, you can totally tell it was not okay. And I like hold up and I'm like, all right, guys. So as you can tell, I'm not feeling real good. I think I have food poisoning. This is what's going to happen. I was like, I am going to coach you guys through this the entire time on this Instagram Live. Even though I can't see you, I'm going to coach you. And they were so cute and sweet. They're like, let's do it for T, guys. Like, let's keep pushing. And they're like, feel better. They were the sweetest thing ever. And Women's Health saw that and they're like, T, that was insane. They're like, thank you so much for your commitment. I hope you're feeling better. Like everyone was just, the community there was just amazing. But you know, I have to show up. And the fact that my boyfriend was like, thousands of people all over the world are waiting for you. If I didn't show up, like they would be kind of pissed.
That's so funny that he was the enabler here. And he pushed you into it. Is he?
Yep.
He has a gym too. So do you guys like work out together? Is he
No.
a bro like us? No, really?
No, he's not a bro. He's like, no.
He has a home gym with barbells and
Well, that's because I brought it over.
Oh, that's
it's
yours?
Not his, it's mine.
It's you left your makeup on his sink, except it's barbells.
Yeah, I love barbells, plates. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
You were talking about earlier, we're all sort of sitting at our computers now.
Yeah.
And that you had sort of a little bit of a workout focus on. Can you talk us through that a little bit? Like I sit at my computer. I mean, I have, so this hasn't been a huge change for me, but I feel the shoulders creeping forward and I like sit up straight once in a while. I'm like, wow, I am 6 inches taller than I thought I was. You know, like it's just, you feel like, so can you talk us through that a little bit? Because that's I think gonna help a lot of people.
Completely. So the whole switching over to work from home life, we're literally locked into our computer. We're locked into meetings after meetings after meetings that people are starting to tell me like throughout the pandemic, like I lost my routine. I can't wake up early anymore. I can't find time to work out. I have no motivation. And now I'm having aches and pains. And I was like, all right, so how's your posture? Like, are you really hunched over your computer? And they're like, oh shit. Yeah. I was like, I get it. Cause how many hours are we here? We're like zoned in. So focusing on my program, Move Better, focus on postural muscles. And we really focus on building your posture. Then we also spent how many hours sitting down the entire time. So it could be simply like 6 hours. And all we're doing is lengthening our glutes, which can eventually affect our low back, which can cause low back pain. And now all the strong glutes that we built before the pandemic is now weaker. So my goal with Move Better was to strengthen the entire body and be really, really conscious and productive of your posture and how you sit throughout your day. It's like bad habits. And I just did a film with one of my old clients and we're talking about deadlifts. She was like, you nailed deadlifts down to me like no other. She had really bad posture. And I told her, I was like, when you pick up, I actually want you to pick up something from the ground. I was like, I actually want you to think about like, how would I set up for a deadlift? And now we're on the call and she's like, I only pick everything up as if I was doing a deadlift. I was like, oh my God, you're still doing it. It's 2 years later. I was like, okay, I'll reel it back for you a little bit. I told you to do that because you had such bad habits of like rounding your spine that I didn't want to load your back because you didn't have the support or strength. And now that you're able to do deadlifts and move better and feel better, you can actually round your spine and pick something up without hurting yourself. So it's just about getting out of that bad habit and building a strong body. So like rounding your spine to pick something up, if you're strong, it's not going to harm you. But if you don't have a strong, strengthened body, that can cause injury. Yeah.
I always wondered about that because the rock lift on those strongman competitions, where they just like hunch over because they can't, they have to get under the rock. Yeah. And then lift it up. And I'm like, that's not what I was taught. How are you doing that? But there's no other way to do it. So interesting to hear that if you're strong enough, like you can control,
you're able to control it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell her that. I'm like, no, wait, you can. You're strong now. So she's like, no, I'm going to do deadlifts every time. I'm like, all right.
And it feels cool. Yeah, when you're talking about
what about if somebody doesn't have a barbell at home? What are your deadlift prescriptions in that case?
So you can either use your band, you can use a long resistance band. If you have dumbbells, that's awesome because you can wrap the long resistance band against your dumbbell. So added resistance there. I showed it to my clients and they were mind blown. And what else can you do? Yeah, dumbbells, kettlebells, that's awesome. You can even work on single leg deadlifts. Get creative. Like that's what I tell a lot of people, get creative, grab something heavy. Like you have a heavy gallon of water, use that as your weight.
I always think about like my posture at the computer is here and hunching and everything, but you're like when you bring up lengthening the glutes, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just and then the front too is all getting like contracted up. I never think about that. It's not just your upper body, it's you're screwing up your butt
your hips,
too.
Yeah, quads, everything's gonna feel tight. And then like over time, like if we don't take action, it's just gonna get tighter and tighter and tighter, and we're gonna actually feel not as great and we won't feel as mobile. So, doing your mobility exercises and strengthening proper muscles is really important.
Yeah, you mentioned that one woman, like, have you seen like huge transformations where people are just like living in pain and then you show them this kind of thing and make a difference?
Yes, like Move Better is like that program. It's 12 weeks, it's 3 months with me. And within like 2 weeks, people who've had like herniated disc, scoliosis, slip disc, runner's knee, like almost every injury has come to me. And within 2-3 weeks, they're like, holy crap, I feel so good. I never knew I could feel this way. And it's just like simple adjustments, lengthening the proper muscles. Cause like when I do an assessment, I like look at everything, the way they move. I'm like, okay, we really need to strengthen this. And then we need to lengthen this, instead of always focusing on stretch, we need to also strengthen and vice versa.
So is a lot of it like focusing on form, not just showing them like, hey, we have to work on your glutes. It's like, we have to do it. How important is form to you?
Yes, form is everything. I'm like a stickler with form. I always say Move Better is like form and function. So we focus on the form and then we focus on how to function outside of it. So form is everything. I think I was just at the gym and I see everyone working out and I'm like, oh my God, it's breaking my heart. And I can't say anything because like as a female trainer, if I was to ever go up to someone, I did go up to a guy one time. He was pissed that really? I went up to him. Yeah.
Did and you so call I was like, chicken legs or what happened?
No, I gave him some advice on his deadlifts. His deadlifts were so shitty. And I felt so bad. I was like, I got to help this guy. And he got real at me. He like looked at me, looked up and down, and then he like didn't say anything. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm a trainer. Like, I'm just here to help. Like, I just saw you, looked a little funny. And I just want to give you some tips. And he wasn't having it. So I was like, forget it. I'm never giving advice to a rando again.
You're working for free and getting yelled at for it.
Yes, exactly.
That's so weird too, because you were literally trying to like save him.
Yeah.
It's like if you're getting robbed and a cop shows up and you're like, I got it. It's fine.
Oh, that's great.
I had a lady come up to me one time. This is sort of more embarrassing, but I was just standing trying to touch my toes. I'm very inflexible. And she like ran over to me and she was like, hi, I'm so sorry. I feel like I have to tell you how to do this or you're going to tear your hamstrings in any moment. And I was just like, I had no idea, but yeah, sure, I guess. But I don't know why you would take such offense to it. It felt like she was trying to save my life, I guess.
Yeah, she was. But I think sometimes in the gym, who you're approaching, it's just a lot of ego. Just like, the bros.
Yeah.
I'd be offended. So you're talking about the Move Better program. It's 12 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen you do like other, like 7-day arms challenge. Like tell us about like that type of commitment and why you're doing like a certain amount of time for these things.
Yeah. So I did a 7-day challenge the beginning of this year. It is arms and abs. And the reason why I do these challenges because I love when everyone gets together on the app. So all the challenges are on my Training with T app. And the community is just so good. They're committed. Like they always say, whenever you have a challenge, like I feel like I'm back in a routine. And I tell them like after the 7 days, like I actually want you guys to commit to that routine that you had. So it's just kind of like a routine booster. The 12-week program is like, this is like the meaty stuff. This is where you get like real results. You work closely with me. You have that accountability. I give you the program and I literally break it all down for you. We also have our weekly Zoom calls. I coach them through nutrition. I coach them through a lot of like mindfulness, and I do a lot of mindfulness, like fitness. And that's like the first call that we have. And I like tell them right away, I'm like, whatever you're here for, it could be weight loss. It could be because your low back hurts. You hate the way your arms look. You want abs. I want everyone to say right here, write down in our chat what you are grateful for and what that is. And I don't even want you to say, I'm grateful for my family. I want it to be grateful for yourself. I have arms because I can pick my kids up. I have legs so I can walk to work. I'm grateful for my glutes because I can sit down. So something like that, I wanted to just start off with a mindful thinking. And then once we're there, we can start training.
Interesting that it's about the community too.
Yeah.
Do you see that they like start to know each other as well?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's so cute.
That's awesome. And
where do they communicate with, what do you find the best communication is? On the Facebook group?
Yeah. Facebook group. And even they even message each other outside. And before the pandemic, it was
Parlor?
I don't know what Parlor is. What's that?
It's like Republican Twitter.
It's like
I can't even keep up with all these apps anymore. So they like reach out to each other. Before the pandemic, they were cute. They were like, let's meet up, let's take T's class. And they all got to know each other. And then when the pandemic hit, they're like, oh my God, like I don't have my Move Better friends anymore. I don't have like that accountability.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
So where do they sorry, I interrupted you. Where do you think they communicate the best?
Oh, they communicate best Facebook, and then they get each other's number and text and call.
Wow. That's a tribe. That's dope.
That's the tribe.
And Max and I talk about this all the time. How often do you come across women that are like, I don't want to get too bulky?
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I posted on my story yesterday.
Did you got bulky by accident? Oh no.
Oh no.
Did you do a push-up?
I did 10 push-ups.
Well, there you go.
Girl.
Who is it? Did I even come? So not in Move Better. Move Better, like say straight up, like this is not a weight loss program. It's about strengthening injuries, everything. But when I was like in-person training, I would interview people and I'm like, why do you want to train? Like, what is it? And I've gotten, I don't want skin on my body. I was like, I want all of this down. I was like,
skin?
We can't train.
You just want to be.
Yeah, they just want to be bones.
Organs? Okay.
Just bones. So I was like, yeah, I don't think this isn't gonna work out. The bulkiness I get a lot when I was in-person training. My online clients don't even bring that up to me. But I think they know better.
They're scared.
Yeah, they definitely know better.
They're scared of mom.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you saying? But yeah, I have to reiterate, like, no, you're not going to get bulky. It's like, what are you eating? What are you feeling? Like, we're eating healthy here. It's all about whole foods. Like, you're not eating how many calories and stuff in your face with like burgers and fries. And like, and it's also, we can have this argument of genetics and not, but some people actually genetically can have more muscle mass, get muscle mass faster. And that's not because they can bulk, they're bulky. It's just, they can get muscle faster. It's usually like those who started gymnastics at a younger age because they just started really young. And that's one of my friends. She was like, I just bulk the second I lift anything up. And I was like, no, that's bullshit. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And she started lifting and then I saw her body. I was like, oh yeah, you're right.
1 rep and she's the Hulk.
Yeah.
So I guess we should start doing gymnastics, Allie.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bummed that when you said that, I was like, oh man, I should have started early.
Yeah, should have started early.
Ballet keeping me bones.
Oh my God, ballet. Yeah, ballet's just going to lengthen you and just really good posture at least, but gymnastics where it's at.
And my turnout. I saw you tapping on your Facebook. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, sorry, stalking.
Yeah. Yes, I love it. I was like, wait, I posted my tap. I like tap dance in my house in front of my cat, and my cat like just stares at me.
That's called an audience. You're
You
like,
don't have little tap shoes for the cat?
Oh my God, I love tap dancing, but yeah, that's again history.
Did you have a bad experience with dance or something? It seems like you're really trying to put it in your rear view.
No, I love dance. I just feel like I want to move on. I wasn't like a professional dancer. I was a college cheerleader and dancer. That's like why I'm always so happy and spirited, and just it brings in like a lot of my roots. I just want to like move on because, you know, if you're going to make dance your career, you have to go all in, and that wasn't what I was going to do.
You're a college cheerleader? Were you a tumbling machine?
Tumbler? No,
a bass.
I wasn't. No, I was a bass.
That makes sense. She's lifting the girls.
I'm lifting. And you should have seen everything that we used to do. Everything was like obviously overhead, but our coach would be like, all right, we would do like at least like 10 reps of holding a girl, go up, hold, come down, hold, do it again. We do it again, like nonstop. Yeah, it was tempoed out. And that's how we got real strong.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Max, we should have been doing this from the beginning.
Cheerleading is always so interesting to me because it's so much of an intersection between like physical sport, competition, you know, like fitness, art, or I don't really know how to say it right, but I feel like it gets sort of a weird rap, but it's so hard. I mean,
it's literally one of the hardest things, and I feel like they don't get enough credit, and some people do give them credit for it, but like when we had competitions, we only had 3 minutes, and that was our one time to shine. If you messed up, you're out. So like with games, like you have how many, like all these athletes have, I don't know how many games are in football. I don't even watch football, but how like basketball, like not, there's so many games. Yeah, you can have a bad day. Cheerleading, you have 3 minutes, bad day or not, you need to get your shit together. So, and you'd go all out and you'd practice for 1 year straight for 3 minutes. For a 3-minute performance. Yeah.
And it's coordinated. It's the team. Like you're all doing, you know, it's super like coordinated. It's such a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like super athletic.
It's one of those ones where you're working incredibly hard.
Oh yeah.
But you have to look like it's effortless.
Yes.
Just me and the guys just
having a great time.
But it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Did they coach you on that? Like look happier or? Oh
yeah. I mean, we're honestly always happy because we're like so excited to be there. Just the excitement, the vibes. Like I miss it. I love it. I love the energy. Yeah. But yeah, they don't coach you to be happy. You just need to be happy.
If you're there, you're already happy. There's a happiness filter. You can't even get in.
Yeah. If you're angry, you're out.
Are you still fitness modeling? Sorry, again, stalking.
Yeah. I'm still with my agency in New York. I asked my agent if they can transfer me down to Florida so I can book some jobs there. But yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, we try and talk about modeling and also make fun of dance at least every few episodes. Max is dating a ballerina.
Oh my God, how amazing.
Yes, it's amazingly humbling. Thinking you're strong, and then she, you know, does a standing split to close the top cabinet door, and I'm like, interesting. Okay, interesting. I guess I am the weak one in the relationship. I'm the unathletic one, you know. It's cool.
Oh my gosh, yes, ballerinas, again, we can't underestimate them. Their discipline is like next level.
Yeah, so crazy. And again, have to look like it's effortless.
Yes.
Okay, another self-serving question, because I've been recently caring, but I don't know if I should. And I think I saw something where you were talking about it. Steps. Should I add steps? How many should I be doing? Does it matter?
Yes, it definitely matters. 10,000 steps a day is minimum. So
really, my watch is saying 6 is fine.
Oh, 10,000 is the recommendation.
Okay.
Pick it up.
I'm sorry.
6,000 per foot.
Yeah, 6,000 per foot. So you're getting 12. You're gonna get 12,000.
Dogs get done really quickly.
I'm all about steps, and especially like in the city, you guys have nice weather, so you can walk outside. We don't have that great of a weather. So my steps have gone down drastically. Like I was doing 15,000 steps or 12,000 steps in the city. And then now the pandemic, I'm at like 1,500. It's
Wow.
depressing.
Do you feel a difference?
Oh, 1,000%. My body has totally changed from this pandemic with the gyms not being open. Like lifting heavy weights is where my body is like feels the best and the tightest, and I feel stronger. I feel mentally there. Like not working out on that regular routine and not lifting weights has really affected like just the way I would absorb things, like brain fog, hormones, like everything. So now that I'm back at the gym, I signed up 2 weeks ago. I feel like myself again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, when did you, I mean, you said you were a dancer, you said you were a cheerleader. When did you start sort of lifting heavy?
I started lifting, I think when I was 18. That was like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Early. That was like pre-Instagram where seeing people lifting was normal now, but.
Yeah. Wait, at 18, I went to the gym, I signed up, and then I think maybe 20 was when I started really lifting. Like, okay, I'm going to do back today. I'm going to do legs today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a whoop on your wrist I see?
Yes, it is a whoop.
Tell us about your recovery tracking.
I absolutely love it. When was it? Yesterday was not good. I was in the red zone. I haven't been in the red zone in a very, very long time.
Oh, somebody had some wine?
Yes. Nailed it, Allie.
You're welcome.
Yes, I did. I had a white wine the night before, but I was like 2 was going to be my max. I didn't even like it. It was terrible. There were sulfates. I didn't like it. But anyways, it dropped. Yeah, it drops your recovery right away. And I felt it the next morning. I was like, oh my God, like I feel sore. I feel tired. And I looked at the whoop and I was like, yep, it's exactly what it is. I'm in the red zone.
And you see it correlates often. Sometimes I'll wake up and be like, I feel different than my whoop is telling me. Has that happened to you?
Yes. Yeah. 1,000%. Sometimes I look, I'm like, I'm in the green right now. This morning, it felt like shit. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Like I feel weak and I'm in the green. So, I mean, I feel great now.
Oh, good. Sounds
One's
like
leading into the other, I'm sure. Can you said sulfites.
Yeah.
Sulfites.
Yeah.
Do you know what those are? Or do you know what sulfite and wine is? Here's why I ask. I've heard of a thing called low sulfate or sulfite free or wine without extra sulfites. What is that?
A bunch of chemicals. I remember doing it in lab, but that was the one. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know whenever I drank wine with sulfates, I would have a really bad migraine. I started getting wines that are organic and there was no sulfates and I had no headaches. I felt refreshed the next morning. So my friends who would go to Italy would tell me like we would never have headaches. Everything was just so organic and no sulfates. I guess they're just preservatives just to keep the wine longer and better, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I would try as much as I can to stay away from all the sulfates. It hurts.
My girlfriend recently has felt like she gets a little bit of like flushed and she gets a headache from wine, red wine especially. And so I was looking up sulfate free wine. I sort of heard about it or whatever. Found the top 11 best, went to the liquor
Obviously
store,
bought them all
the wine
and
store.
are tasting them for a video.
I wish. I was like, hey, do you guys have sulfite free wine? And they're like, what's that? And I was like, I don't know. This is an article that says like these are the top 11. They're like, that's not real. That doesn't exist. You're an idiot.
Well,
and I was like, hi, I'm in a wine store trying to give you my money.
And they called you an idiot.
Yeah, they were like, that doesn't exist. So
weird.
So I was all insulted, and I only bought 2 bottles of whiskey and left, and I was just like, forget it. You know,
didn't get wine.
Well, I found this thing that I've been testing out. Not sponsored. Let's just talk about a product. Wine wand, where it's this like stirrer, and at the bottom is a filter, and you stir your wine for a minute, and supposedly it sucks up all the sulfites and whatever. And
Max, take notes.
Yeah, right. So you can buy cheap wine and then wand it, and then you throw that out, and they're like one-time use thing. I don't know. So I tried it, and usually I wake up congested. And I think it was kind of better. I don't know. I need to do more experimenting. Hence, I have not made a video about it yet. But
is this like
oh my God, please make a video.
The Brita filter 20 times.
Yeah, exactly. Or, putting Clamato through a Brita filter or whatever. Not like we've done that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Um,
make a video of that. I would love to see it.
Well, it's funny that we're on the subject now. I'm in the middle of filming one where it's 6 different types of alcohols. There's this like healthy alcohol craze now where
Because we're all drinking during this pandemic.
Right? And so it's either no sugar wines or like gluten-free or low sulfite. I found there's a coconut water alcohol now that I'm testing out, and then some like liquors that are like half the strength, but they're called aperitifs, but they're like specifically made with all natural ingredients. And then there's one, oh Max, you sent this to me, Pulp Culture, that's claiming you don't get a hangover. Like they say it's the no hangover alcohol. I'm
Should
like,
I write this down right now? Pop culture.
I'll send you the
just
video
said?
when it's done.
Oh
Right?
my God.
So I'm trying all of these out, but it's just funny. I think like, I don't know, it's White Claw that started this whole like, or like you're saying, it's probably because people have a need for it because we're drinking so much.
Oh my God. I think I drank so much White Claws, so many White Claws this past summer. I need a break.
This is actually the one question that we ask everyone. That's the only thing that we ask every guest is that like, how do you incorporate alcohol into your training? Like, do you drink it all and that kind of thing? So sounds like,
Yeah,
we got
I
our
definitely,
answer.
I drink on weekends. It's not like summertime is like a different story because I'm at the beach and I'm like, I would love a drink. That's summer vibe. Winter, I don't really drink that much. If anything, I'll have like a glass of wine, but only when I'm out. And I mean, we're in a pandemic, so I'm not really out.
Going out, yeah.
No one's going out. Like, remember clubs and bars? Like, what that feels like ancient times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. I remember movie theaters. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Forgot about those.
Crazy. You did mention talking about Whole Foods in the app. Like, do you give diet advice too, or is it mostly just movement and exercise?
So on the Training with T app, I don't do any nutrition on it yet. That's my goal for 2021 is to actually film me cooking and doing stuff and like recipes so you can cook with me. I think that's like high in demand. And then for Move Better, I do have 2 registered dietitians on my program and they come in, they answer all your questions. And then from there, I check out their food journals. I give them any advice and recommendations. Even though I do have a degree in nutrition, I'm not licensed to say, here's a meal plan and everything. So I'd rather bring in 2 of them in.
Solid. Okay. And what about for yourself? Are you looking at calories, macros, just intuitive?
So I used to do macros until it drove me crazy for how many years did I do that? I did for 2 years. And don't get me wrong, I looked great and I felt great, but I kind of needed a break. I went pescatarian. And then I was like, okay, I cleansed of meat for a year and I was like, all right, I'm going to start eating meat again. Now it's all intuitive. I look at something, I kind of have an idea of like what macros it is. I don't do calorie count. But I just know that once you start counting macros, you learn so much about your food and that like, it's a lifelong like learning from there and on. So like when I look at a banana, if it's a medium, okay, 30 grams of carbs right there.
Yeah. It seems like if you're doing it for 2 years, you can kind of just like get an idea and not have to be putting everything on a scale.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah, of course. It was so fun talking to you guys. I want to hang out.
Yeah, we're coming to New York or no, Florida.
Maybe you should come here.
Yeah.
Oh no, Florida. No,
come to Florida. Florida's like open.
Amazing. All right. Well, so let the fit heads know where they can find all of your stuff online and get your app and everything.
Great. Hey, fit heads, you guys can follow me on Instagram at training_with_T. You can find me on the internet, trainingwitht.com. And then my app is called Training with T.
Awesome. Love it.
Great.
All right. We'll see you down south sometime. For real, open invite. You can come hang out in my home gym. I only have one. All right. And thank you to the fit heads, and we will see you next week. Oh, and please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out a lot.